Welcome everyone to Here for the Horses. Glad you're here for the horses. Today is going to be action-packed. We had a great week. We had a great week this week. It was so fun. And you know what I realized is that you guys are so awesome. These horses that you have are so amazing. That from this point on, because we're getting so many videos that I'm looking at, um I'm gonna have to write down notes for me because I'll be like, oh my gosh, I want to talk about this in my live at 5, and then I watch like 5 more videos where I say the same thing and I didn't write it down, and then I have to go like back through them. So from now on, I am going to be going like as I watch the videos, if something really cool happens, and it's been happening a lot, I'm gonna write it down so that I can just reference it instead of having to watch the videos again, which is what I had to do. And then I forget stuff. So that's my plan. We have a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. Oh yeah, I didn't even find that video either. Oh, Colleen Campbell, she's new too. Cool. Okay, so welcome if you're new. I'm glad you're here. We just kind of roll with the punches in this group and just talk about cool stuff. If you ever have any questions, because the group has gotten bigger, go ahead and go to that react, the little heart at the bottom, and you can raise your hand like that. Okay, and then when I see that, I can go ahead and call on you when I stop blabbing. Okay, and then you can lower your hand when you're done. Or you can type in the chat box, which I'm a little bit slower at. So you can do either one of those. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca's horse, Bling, is one of the stars in my, yeah, Leanne knows Bling, in my clinic. She just does a great job on a lot of the videos. She's very animated, but not too animated to where it's like distracting. So she's one of the amazing horses that's in my clinic. They're very special, and they're cool. So let's get started today. We are going to talk about, well, first, what I'm going to do is show you a funny video, because that's how I'm going to start mine out now. Because I get a lot of funny videos. Look, you guys already know what's going to happen on this one, don't you? You already know. But I know a lot of you are dealing with weather right now. It was just torrential downpours where I'm at. And I know a lot of you deal with ice and snow. So check this out.
That looks so familiar.
She's like, help me, help me, help me, help me. Let go of the horse, you're going down. Let go. The horse is like, what's your problem? Oh yeah, only 2 feet. That's your problem. And then somebody gonna come over and help. So that's just funny to me. You know, we've all been there in one way or another. So I like them funny videos. Let's see, what should we talk about first? Homework for this week, for those of you that need it? Shall we do that? Okay. Homework for this week, I'm adding a new one. It's not on the clinic, but I did a video about it recently. So let me pull it up here. Hold on. Here it is. Okay, share screen. Share this one. Okay, here it is. Homework for this week. Working from a distance. I want everyone to try it. It's going to be fun. And I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about if you don't know what I'm talking about. I just did a video on it with little Chester pants, and it was wild. It was so fun. I hadn't done that with him yet. The second one is going to be the jaw release. So you might think we did that this week. No, that was the jaw rub. Okay. They're quite different. The jaw release is a little bit more intense, and this is where you actually get that jaw unstuck. Okay. So the jaw rub is kind of in preparation for the unsticking of the jaw. So if your horse cannot yawn fully, right? We talk about that. I want you to do the jaw release, okay? And then there's another video that's additional jaw release information. I don't remember what's on there. I should probably look at it, but if it's on the clinic, it's probably important, okay? So working from a distance, the jaw release, and the additional jaw release information. So let's talk a little bit about the working from a distance, okay? So on my YouTube, if you guys are on there, it's at Winning Your Horse's Heart. You can check that out. If you are not, I did a short clip of 2 ways that I handle horses that are too sensitive to touch. Okay, and I got a message from someone saying, you can't even touch my horse's poll. You know, may God be with you if you try. Okay, so 2 ways that I handle that. The first way is I'll start at a different area of their body. Okay, so I told a story about a stoic Andalusian mare. The owner said, you're not, she doesn't like her face touched. And it was funny because when I walked up to her, she was like, and I was like, okay, I can tell right off the bat she doesn't want her face touched. Okay. And I said, that's fine. I'm going to start at her hind end. And so I started at her hind end and just went straight forward. By the time I got to the front, she was like, I don't care. Touch me anywhere. I couldn't care less if you wet willy me right now, if you stick your finger up my nose. I don't care what you do because everything you've done so far has felt really good. Okay, so by the time I got to the front, I won her over. So that's the first way, is I start somewhere else. You can also try like an approach and retreat style massage where you find an area they like, and we talked about that a little bit. Find an area they like and then go to an area they don't like and then retreat. Don't like it, back to where they like it. Okay, and then eventually they just go, okay, it's pretty good either way. Okay, so that's kind of in the same one there. And then the last version that I do is working from a distance. Now this one's really fun, and I'll tell you the two stories that I have for it. So I'll pull it up for you here first. Admit, got a person coming in here. Let me share my screen. Share. Okay, so this is the video, and this one for you that are on the coaching community, I just gave you the full video. On the public one, I could only give a little bit, and then I had to message people it. So you guys that are on the coaching community page, you don't have to go through all that stuff. I think I had people share it and then comment or something. So here's the full video. It's like 7 minutes. I did this with Chester. So let me be straightforward. I did this originally with Georgia, okay? And I got nothing, okay? So every technique isn't going to work for every horse. That's okay. So I was originally just going to use Georgia because she was a little cleaner and I didn't really feel like, cleaning him up for a video, which I don't know why I feel like I have to do, but I'm like, don't be covered in mud, please. So I used Georgia first, nothing. She didn't release at all. Okay. And I did the same thing that I did with Chester, worked from a distance on the pole, nothing. And then here, here's the video of me working on Chester, and it was cool. It was really cool. I'm gonna mute it just because we don't need 2 people of me talking. But he's kind of a fidgety horse. He's kind of an insecure horse. He definitely has an area on his head he doesn't like being touched. So let's look at that first. But you need to watch this video for your homework, okay? And if you are not on the coaching community page, that's okay. Okay, so see that? He doesn't like that. Look it. Okay? So he does not like that. So and he's not wildly sensitive to where I'd be like, oh, I can't touch his pole, but look. Okay. So this is working from a distance. You can just kind of see it, but the reaction I got
You probably have a stoic horse and an extroverted horse,
I was
so
really excited. Okay, so you're not going to touch them. You find a spot where they're comfortable with your hand being. And then you focus. You bring intention to your hand. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. I was actually really surprised that he released so quickly. And did you see his head go down? You know, really cool interaction I had with him. And so this would definitely work on a horse that you couldn't touch their poll. And the thing is, you don't have to start here. You can start here. You can start here. It's wherever they're comfortable. Look at fidget, release. Isn't that cool? Okay. So that's going to be, whoops, left somebody hanging. That's going to be homework. Your first part of homework for this week is just watch that video, and it is on my YouTube. If you don't have my clinic, no problem. Watch the video, try it out on one of your horses. Now, again, if you have a Georgia, it might not work. That's okay. That's okay. If you have a horse that, you know, is very sensitive or they don't want you touched in a certain area, give that a try. Okay. What you got, Stephanie? The real Stephanie, please stand up.
Okay. So my daughter was in an accident, a horse accident, was, hitting a horse, horseback, and got pulled off. It was like watching, a child fall over on their bicycle. It wasn't a runaway, but she shattered her kidney. And yeah, it was just at a walk. So anyways, we had a friend that did this type of thing, like it's hand touching hands. And it was the most amazing treatment for an hour. And the lady never touched my daughter's body physically, but she hovered over her. And I could just feel something going on in the room. And as a mom, I was like all teary eyed. But my daughter at the time, she was in middle school, and she said that was the best massage she's ever had.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was wild. So just that touch thing, you have a presence. And when I watched your video of Chester, it reminded me of that. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. And there's something about being intentional with stuff. It's very powerful, and it's very powerful with horses. Very powerful with horses. I have a friend who does somatic healing, and it's similar to that, and it's wild. And she deals with like trauma, because trauma can be stored in different areas of the body, like emotional trauma. And it's pretty intense. So yeah, I'm glad she got that, because we don't think about that stuff a lot of the time, and then we just go living on with pain and stuff, right? Yeah. All right, Kristen, what you got?
So I have a mare, not Candy, a different mare. She, anytime you go to touch her legs, she tries to bite you.
Okay.
So I was gonna do this with her legs, and that's upper leg, bottom leg. She has very low set heels. We're, working with a farrier on that, all that good stuff, pads, all that. So how would you suggest being safe, the safest way to do this? Because I don't want to tie her up, right? But also, if I leave her loose, she might nip me. So what would you say? Would you say just start maybe farther back and just kind of move in slowly to her legs, and kind of just watch her reactions?
Yeah, so there's a couple ways you can deal with it. Hold on to the halter would be my first one, because I do have horses that are like, I don't want you to touch me there. Don't touch me there. Okay, so just get a hold of the halter, and I want on the side of the face, and I want your hand flat. Okay, it's very hard for them to bite you when you have that. So that's one method. And then if she comes around, you just tell her, I understand, but listen, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. And say it to her. I'm going to help you with your legs, because we got to get this worked out. You don't need to carry this crap around with you. We're going to work it out. Okay, so be real straightforward with her. And I swear that again goes to being intentional. It's going to make a difference. And then, or the other method is, yeah, you just stand out of the way, right? So you can, I don't ever tie. Yeah, I don't ever tie when I'm doing massage. But I will loop the lead rope through a bar and then come back and I'll hold it. Right? Okay. Listen, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to one, get the work done because I'm there to make a difference, and two, stay safe. I've been doing this a long time. I don't want to say lucky because I don't feel like I've been lucky. I feel like I've been smart and educated, and I have a background in working with horses, and I also pay a lot of attention. So, I wouldn't really call it luck, but I haven't been hurt seriously doing this. And some people are hurt. Okay. So those are kind of two methods you could try, but go ahead and videotape that for me. I'd like to watch it. Okay. All right. Nancy, did you have something?
Yes, I do Reiki, and you can heal from a distance. I mean, I've done cats where they're 6 feet away from me and done Reiki on them, and it works. I do my dogs every once in a while. Anyway, so this doesn't surprise me about, like you said, you see how close they want you to come and then stop, but as you said, they become more used to it. You can approach it till you're just a little ways away.
Yeah, and I want everyone to try it this week. So that's why I made it part of your homework, because the experience I had with Chester was really fun. And he enjoyed it. So of course, right? And so just try it with your horses, give it a whirl, see how it goes. Okay. And then the jaw release is one of the more difficult ones. You guys saw Elaine doing it with her horse, who was real animated, right? And she actually had a great example of holding onto that halter properly and not getting busted up because of it. So that was a great example if you have a chance to watch Elaine's video that she put in with her horse Milagros. He's young and he's like a vanner, I think, a gypsy vanner or something. So he's a big boy. So she did a great job of that. Okay. So yeah, the jaw release, and this one's a bit more difficult. But this is how you actually free the jaw so that horses who can't yawn fully can yawn fully. Okay. But they also they also are a little reactive to this one. So I want you to be real safe. And I know that all of you that have been with me for a while are probably tired of me saying this, but when you're doing the jaw release, you cannot just stick your finger in and go, okay, it's released. Like, it takes a while. Okay. And we're going to see that this week. So the goal is you go from a random jaw, anxiety, tension, nervousness. They're just kind of, and then the end goal is cow chewing cud, cow chewing cud, cow chewing cud, cow chewing cud. I like it when the tongue comes out. That shows a free tongue. I like it when it makes that kind of grinding sound. And you're thinking grinding, that's horrible. No, it's actually really relaxing. Okay, it's that peaceful horse chewing hay at nighttime sound. Okay, that me and my friend Tony Mueller, we're gonna put that to music and sell it to equestrians, just because it sounds good. But that sound, I want it rhythmic, I want it slow. And what you're gonna find is they're gonna go from like, anxiety head going up to like 1 moment or 2 moments of cow chewing cud, and then they kind of go back, and then they go 2, 3, 3, and then they kind of go back, and then you eventually get it. Okay, so I don't want you to give up on it too quickly. I want you to try to hold out for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, up to 40 seconds. Okay, and then give them a break. All right. So watch the video, watch the additional tips on that video. Protect yourself by using proper form. You have to have your hand on the halter when you do this. Okay, you have to, because they will take you everywhere. They'll take you around the paddock if you don't. Okay, so that's going to be homework for this week. Okay. Let's see. I want to talk about asking permission. And this sounds funny, but Shannon asked permission of her horse. Which one was it? Cash. Okay. And it was awesome. Okay, so I want to show it to you. Where did I put it? Pictures? Let me find it here. Asking permission is important. And I did this with Georgia. Okay. So Georgia, when I first got her, some of you don't know, little on the feral side. She certainly was not tame or you know, handled at all. Little bit wild, okay? And so I one day found that I was going to put the halter on her, and I went to put the halter on her. You know how you do? You go out there and you grab the halter and you just poop, you know, right on their head. And I went to put it on her and she went, no. And I was like, oh, you know, get back here. You know, you take the lead rope around and you get back here. And then you go to put it on again and she went, no. And I was like, what? Come on. And so I said, what? You don't want the halter? I just kind of stopped and I backed up from her and I said, you don't want the halter on? And I said, do I need to ask permission? And I go, listen, Stoic Red Mare here. Stoic Red Mare. Found out she's a Venezuelan Criollo. So she's an endurance cattle horse. Okay. They're tough. They're tough. I thought this is the toughest quarter horse. This is the toughest quarter horse I've ever dealt with in my life. I'm like, oh, she's not a quarter horse. That's why. Okay. So, and I go, I'm so sorry, madame, my dear. Will you please put this halter on? And she went like this. I'm not joking, you guys. She went. And I went, no, she did not. No, and I was like looking around. No, she did not. And then I went, okay. And I went like this. And she put her freaking nose in that halter. And I went, oh my gosh. You just have to ask. You just have to ask. And I thought, fine, princess. I'll just ask everything from now on. And then some of you have heard of that story about me asking her to pick her feet up. Same thing. That was a wild story. I did that on the what am I calling it? Stories from the Field. Okay. So that was a crazy situation. I can't find it, so let me just go to the video and I'll play it for you. But it's so beautiful to, when you are going up to your horse, and listen, some of you have happy-go-lucky geldings that are just like, I'll do anything, but I want you to try it anyways, okay? Because I've had a lot of situations where every time I go to massage a horse, every time, I don't even know I do it anymore. That's how often I do it. I ask their permission, and I'm going to show you what that looks like because Shannon did a great job. And what was really cool about this video is the horse to begin with said no. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. So hold on. Let's see. We're doing jaw rub. Hold on. And I'm going to mute myself because I feel like I did a pretty good job. Really? Cindy? You have one too? No way. I've never heard of another one before. Cool. Okay, share screen. I looked him up. Georgia looks just like the photo of the Wikipedia Criollo. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Okay, so here's the video. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
If she ever says yes to massage, I'll show her in the video.
That's right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. She will eventually. Okay, so this is Cash and Shannon. Shannon has done a fantastic job with Cash. Cash is a Mustang. was on the range for a long time, okay? And Georgia was wild for a long time too, so it makes it a little bit more difficult, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like breaking them out too soon, but 10 definitely is not the right age either, okay? So, you know, let's stick a little bit younger than that. But she asks permission of this horse to massage him, and it is beautiful to watch. I'll be quiet now, hold on. Let's see, we're doing jaw rub, highway TMJ. That's it. Yeah, excellent way to, yes, ask permission. Right now he's saying no, isn't he? Yeah. He doesn't want anyone. There you go. Nice job. Though that's fantastic. Thank you so much for that. That was beautiful. And I mean, I still do that to Georgia. I still do that to Georgia, man. Because you gotta ask permission on some of these horses to be in their space. Because they really don't want you there. There you go. Much better. There's a yes. Thank you. Beautiful. That was beautiful. Thank you for that. That was a pretty clear no right off the bat, wasn't it? So I want people to pay attention to that stuff. Because a lot of times we focus on our own agenda too much. We got stuff to do. We want to, you know, you got the video camera running. Erin's going to be chit-chatting in the background. So there's a beautiful release. So we have our own agendas, you know, that we ignore the horse's emotions about. And so this is a beautiful example of not doing that, which is going to be huge for your relationship in the future. Great job. Okay, so let's watch it again. Did everyone kind of see it? Do you see what I'm talking about? So doing this. I'll stop the share here for a second. So what is asking permission to massage them? Well, it's approaching them and going, hello, how are you? Can I touch you? Can I massage you? How do you feel about that? Okay. And I've had, well, it's funny, another Andalusian. I don't know why I'm the masseuse of all Andalusians, but another Andalusian, I walked up to his stall. He's actually in my clinic also. His name is Tawny, and he came from Spain. And he said, I was going there to massage him. I walk up to the stall and he's in the back of the stall. Okay. He's in the back of the stall like this. And he goes, and I just laughed. I go, oh, okay, buddy. And the owner was going to go in and put the halter on. And I go, whoa. He ain't ready for any of that right now. Like he needs us to just be like, hey, buddy, how you doing, sir? And so she goes, oh, you know, because she was there to put a halter on him for me and get him prepared for me and all this stuff. And I said, no. We're going to prepare him mentally for me first. And whether he has a halter on or not is no concern of mine. So I just said, hey, buddy, how are you? You're handsome. You got to throw a compliment in. You know, you're good looking. You're the best horse here. I've heard it from everybody. You know, whatever you have to do, they can tell, right? You're definitely the best Andalusian I've ever seen in my life. You know, whatever you got to do. And then you just wait. Okay. You got to wait and get their answer from them. So he went, I'm not joking you, he went from to and then he came to me. Okay, he came to me. He said, "Oh, what's this weirdo? Who's this?" And he came up to me. So that is so important. And we had a beautiful massage. And he was kind of a insecure horse, and he didn't know who I was. So okay, so that's asking permission, and it's really important for some horses. Some horses couldn't care less. They'll honestly look at you like, "What are you doing over there? Like, what do you got something good in your hands?" And that's fine too. At least you know. Okay, so let's watch it one more time, and I want you to watch, I just want you to watch his face and his ear. So he had an ear that was on her, and he had he said no. And when I say no, he took his face away. That's a no. That's a no. Let's see, we're doing, I don't need to talk on this one. We're just going to watch it. Do you see that? That's a no.
That's a maybe.
Okay, then he needed a break. And then she asked again. And then she asked again and she got a clear yes. That's a clear yes. Touch, touch, touch. Yeah, got it. You're cool. Okay. So I want you guys to try that for sure. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Stop share. All right. Any questions on that? Oops, am I ignoring chat again? I will. Good. Thanks, Susan. Robin, I don't have a standard tripod, so I can't shoot while I'm working on rhythm. A bucket and duct tape. I didn't have a tripod literally for like a year and a half because I'm cheap. And I would prop it up on fence posts. And yeah, you can do it. You can do it. That's what it's like inside my barn because of the leaks. Oh yeah, I hear you. Okay. So, Bling will sometimes give me shark face when I put, yeah. I will try asking, yes, that's so smart, Rebecca. Yeah, ask permission when you're doing stuff that you know they don't like. What did I do one time? Oh, dewormer. Dewormer. Okay, so here's a really interesting example, like Georgia. So I have this method. I call it drive-by deworming. I'm real fast. I'm kind of slick. I have it. They don't see it. I take the cap off. It's already measured. I go, oh, hi," and I go, and I walk off. And they go, what just happened? What's in this in my mouth? And it like shocks them. They're dewormed by then. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Okay, I did that to Georgia, and I tell you what, the look on her face of betrayal was like, I was like, oh, shoot. And she was so mad. And she just looked at me like, how dare you do that? And I was like, oh, shoot. Okay, I've never had a horse react like that. Okay, so fast forward, I have to deworm her again. Listen, this mare, you ain't that slick. She looked at me and I'm good at this. Like I'm slick. They don't see it, but she knew because she knows intentions. And I went to do that and she went, oh, not today, honey. And she caught me so fast. She was like, no, it's not happening. And I go, oh, okay, I remember, I'm sorry. And I literally apologized. And then I said to her, I have to listen, Georgia, so you don't die from too many worms. I have to take this dewormer and I have to put it in your mouth and I have to squeeze it and you're going to be dewormed. I'm so sorry, but I have to do it. And she just looked at me like, I remember what you did last time. And I said, I'm sorry about what I did last time, but I need to do this. I need to deworm you. I'm sorry. It's probably not going to taste good. I don't know what it's like. I haven't done it myself, but I need to put it in your mouth and then I need to squeeze it and you're going to be dewormed and then I'll be done and I'll give you a cookie later. And she just went like this. She went, do it then. Just do it then. And I just went, okay, here we go. I didn't touch her. I didn't hold on to her. I didn't have a hold of her halter. I just went, boop, and I put it in her mouth and I dewormed her. And that's how we do it from now on. So yeah, putting a blanket on with the shark face, ask permission, use it for anything. You never know. It's really wild. Okay. So give it a try. Ask permission. It's fun. What you got, Robin? Unmute. Got unmute.
There we go.
There you are.
So, I was working on rhythm today after riding and, I've started doing some more collected work with her and I went to put my hand just on her pole, just there. And she was like, I don't like that shit. She like threw her head down and I go, okay, well, we'll go do some other stuff, And so I kind of was like rubbing her neck and this and that. And then I went back to it, tried going back to it a couple of times, and she wasn't really too into it at all today. I mean, I've worked on her pole before and she's been fine, but not today. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll try to do something else. And So I started, you know, just rubbing her on her side and then on her back and on her hip. And it was so, like, when you talked the other day about how the horse will move towards you, I mean, she's literally stepped sideways, like she was like right there. And I, you know, she's pretty big, hefty gal,
Big.
you know, she's
Yeah.
right there. And normally I would have backed off. But then I thought about what you said and I go, oh, she likes this.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kept doing it and it was amazing. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I just could not really work on her face today.
Yeah, and
I don't
she
know.
is so straightforward. You know, some
Yeah.
horses are not straightforward. She really is. So yeah, I'd be like, okay, cool. You know, you have the luxury of being the owner and you don't need to work on everything every day,
Yeah.
right? You can come back to it later.
Yeah.
So I would have figured out a way to work on it because I have to. I'm there to find out why she doesn't want it worked on and then fix it. But you have the luxury of coming back the next day and going, was it just a day thing or should I, you know, PM Erin and find out what's going on now? You know what I mean?
So that's okay. Just to
Yeah,
kind of
sure, of course.
leave it for a day.
Yeah.
And the other thing she did, which is, you know, normally, and then she kind of like, she started just like leave, you know, and I thought, well, that's kind of weird. She doesn't normally do that. So I worked on her a little bit more, doing some stuff that she liked, but then she did it again. And then I realized, okay, I think she's just done, you know,
Yeah.
done. So I put her away and bam, she went straight to the water bucket.
Oh, she wanted water.
And I was like, okay.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? When you like listen to your horse and you find stuff out? I love that.
It was cool.
That is so awesome. Right on. Good job, Robin. That's so cool. Okay, so that's asking permission. I hope that makes sense. Let's give it a try this week and do it on whatever. It doesn't have to be for massage. It can be for putting a halter on. It can be for whatever you want it to be, okay? The next thing I want to talk about is fidgeting before release. And there were some really cool examples in the videos this week. So I guess I should be a little more considerate to people who do not have the clinic. Here, I'm going to put something up. We're doing Journey Through the Horse. I'll put it in the chat. If you do not have my online clinic, here it is. And I'm going to put that there for you. Okay. My online clinic has 5-minute videos that go over every little part of the horse's body. And then every week I assign stuff like you guys noticed, I just assigned 3 things. One of them is not on the clinic, but I give you resources for that. And then throughout the week, as you're working on it, you can submit videos and we're going to take a look at some cool videos to the coaching community page, which is a private page. Nobody from the internet gets to come on there and be mean or say anything rude and act like they know everything on the planet. Okay, so so that is what we're doing with Journey Through the Horse right now. So there's the clinic if you want it. It is super fun. People are doing an amazing job. So that's what we're talking about. Fidget before release. Multiple videos I saw of horses doing this. Okay, so what they do is you're like massaging them, and then they go like they go like this. They go, and they go paw, 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 and then they go, mwah, mwah, mwah. Or they do a head shake, or they reach around and they rub their face on their knee or bite at their rib cage. Okay, so I want you to look for that. Maybe not with your own horses, but in the videos that you see, because it's funny. It's like, you know, I always talk about this analogy, but like when you're petting a cat and it's like life is good and you're petting it, and then all of a sudden it freaks out and bites you. That's kind of what this reminds me of. It's like you're massaging them, everything's good, and then all of a sudden they go, you're making me feel weird, and they go fidget, 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 and sometimes it's chewing on something, sometimes it's like grabbing your clothes, sometimes it's backing up. A lot of times it's like a little shuffle they do with their feet or they paw. So the one where they're pawing always gets my attention, and then they release after that. Okay, so I want you to keep your eyes peeled for that. And you can go back to, who had a horse this week that did that? Put your hand up in the comments. Yeah, Cindy, I was thinking Cindy. Shelly, awesome, awesome. Jenny, okay. Yeah, so the fidget, I know there was more than that. Yeah, Nancy. So Leanne. Oh, Leanne. Yeah, okay, Rebecca, cool, right on. So a lot of you guys have that happen. So I want you to pay attention. Okay, Carrie. So just pay attention to that fidget before the release. And this is another reason, and I don't always talk about this one, that I don't tie horses or put them in cross ties. Okay, I don't do that because you're limiting the conversation they can have with you. And a fidget and cross tie is just, you know, people get nervous when horses fidget and cross ties, which I understand because generally that's followed with them doing something stupid and busting their head on the concrete or something, right? So I get it, but a fidget before a release is really quite exciting to watch and be a part of because you know it's because of something you did to make them feel better. Okay. So yeah, that's a fidget before release. And it can come in different ways, but just keep your eyes open for it. And then, you know, if you watch other videos, you'll hear me say it and I'll go, oh, here's a fidget. Is there going to be a release? And I say about 95% of the time they do release afterward. Okay. Sometimes they're fighting it a little too much. All right. Let's talk a little bit about stoic versus extroverted horses. Who owns Dollar and Uno? Shelly, right? Is that Shelly's horses? Stoic. Stoic, both of them. So if you want to watch a stoic horse, go back and watch those horses. Okay. Oh, and then also, Joy. Joy and Carrie's horse, Bella. Okay. So what do I look for in stoic horses? One nostril that goes like that. Okay. One nostril, I mean, it goes to like a little point. One of the horses did it really well. It was really funny. I was like, look at that point in that nostril. Okay. You have to watch on stoic horses, you have to watch breathing. And I mean, like at the belly, watch it. Don't watch it because they won't even move their nose. They'll just like breathe stoically. Okay, so why Kristen knows what I'm talking about, you know, just watch their belly. And one horse, who was it? Cindy, was it yours that was breathing really fast? Someone was. Maybe it was Milagros. I can't, it was a dark horse, I remember, but I pointed it out in the video. I was watching it and the belly was just like, I think it was Milagros. Okay. So watch the breathing of stoic horse. Oh, Bella. It was Bella. Yeah, I knew it was a dark horse. Yeah, Bella's breathing. It was fast. Okay. Watch their breathing for the stoic horses. Watch their eye, because you'll get like or if they look at you. Okay, so this is Georgia. She'll be like, I'm a statue. You can't see me. I ignore everything. I don't care about my environment. I live independently by myself. And then when you get on a spot she likes, she goes, huh. That's all you get from her. Okay, so watch their eye, watch their nostril, watch their breathing. Other than that, sometimes you don't get more than that. If they really can't control it, their little mouth will quiver. Okay, so you gotta watch them stoic horses. So extroverted horses, they can be a little more difficult because what I say about them is you have to like Marge and her extroverted horses, right? Milagros is not only extroverted, but he's also young. He's a young horse, okay? So the extroverted horses, they go blah 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 blah, and you have to go, what does that blah mean? What does that blah mean? What does this one mean? No, that was nothing. Oh, what's that one mean? And then when you get on a spot of an extroverted horse or whatever you want to call it, I don't want to get stuck in the names that everybody's described horses as, but those horses that are really external, I call them external. There's just a lot going on. When you get them, they go, oh. And they get real quiet. And it's not always for a long time. It can be for a very short time, but they go from like blah, 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 blah. Oh. Blah, blah, blah. Blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, and that's all you're gonna get from them. So you have to be able to kind of tell, yeah, Mystic Knight. I know. I want to figure her out a little bit better this time around. Yeah. It's like, so with them, this is a good point. So with the stoic horses, I'll just stick with them. I'll kind of move slow. I want to be kind of laid back with them. I don't want to be too like, I don't want to move too fast, because if you move too fast with them, you're going to miss it. Okay. With the more external horses, I move a little faster. I move a little faster and I give breaks. Okay. And then I move faster again. So you just got to kind of play it by ear and test it. I say that a lot. You guys have the freedom to try stuff, try it out. You never know what's really going to work on them, to be honest with you. Okay. So play around with your stoic and extroverted horses. It can be a little difficult figuring out, you know, with the ones that talk a lot, you know, what's nonsense and what's legit. Because they'll go from like nonsense, nonsense, nonsense to, oh, I really didn't like that. And then they'll be like, oh, let me play with this and let me do this. And then they get real quiet. So it's kind of like a roller coaster, where with the stoic ones, you're like, give me something. Tell me what you like, please. Okay. So you just got to kind of figure it out. That's pistol. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. We talked about working from a distance. So that was good. Now we got a little time left. Good. I want to talk about some of the videos that I saw this week, and I thought they were cool. Okay. So I'm going to talk about Strawberry first. Let's see. I'm going to share this with you guys. Strawberry is a big old boy. He came to, I think, my first clinic in Spokane.
Yes, he
Okay.
did.
Yeah, he's cool. Let's see. I gotta get this out of the way. Hold on. These are kind of in order, so that can go away. Oh, here it is. Okay, so watch this. Good, I have it muted already. At 3:12. Hold on. Oh, my mouse did something without my permission. There we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. Woo! Whoa! 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 Watch. Nope. Yo. Whoa. Look at
A lot of
oh.
no.
So what I thought was really interesting is that he mock released. He didn't do a full release, but he like wanted to. Okay. So he had a reaction, right? We saw the head go up. He put his leg out like he was gonna rub his face on his leg, but he just didn't rub his face on his leg, did he? But he came close to it. And then he went, well, that's not what I wanted. And he was like, I'm disoriented, what's going on? So then he backed up, and then he went around at the very end, like, I'm gonna bite at my rib cage, which is another release, but he didn't land it. Okay, so I just found that really interesting, because he's not quite able to release yet. But that's all right. We'll get him.
Yeah.
You know, he's released. I'm not concerned, but we'll get him. Okay. But it was really interesting to watch that. That was a cool video. And he has a lot of emotions. He's a little bit on the insecure side. He has some emotions. He doesn't quite know how to handle stuff. How old is he, Cindy?
Oh boy, 23 this year. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So he's 23. He's kind of going to be set like that. So, but we're going to get some of that tension out and make him
Yeah.
more comfortable.
And when I got it, I mean, I got him at 13 years old, and I've spent, golly, 10 years. Holy crap. Anyway, sorry, I'm shocked that
That's what happens. It
I
just
got
keeps rolling by.
I think I got him at 15 years, but anyway, he came from a long line of bad handlers, and
I
people
can see
just,
that.
he'd be used once a year and just boss him around and no choices and all of that jazz. So I try really hard. I shared that video. I had done all of my horses, and I had one that really did a neat release, but I wanted to share Strawberries because of all of that activity,
Yeah.
and that uh he just really had expressions that a lot of times he doesn't. I mean, a lot of times
Yeah.
he'll just yawn and then that's it. So I wanted also in that video, I think at the end, after that, I went to the pole rub because that's something that he kind of likes, before I went in for the, I think that was the hyoid one.
Yeah, he had
Anyway,
reactions
that,
at the high rate too.
yeah.
Yeah, it was super
So,
cool. It
anyway.
was cool to watch those videos. So if you guys are on there, check them out for sure. Kingston also was really interesting. I had given Nancy a suggestion of we're gonna have to up the ante on him a little bit and be a little bit more aggressive. Just because we're not getting the full releases out of him that I think we should be. And she did that this week, and that's this video. And it's one of the videos of him, but it was really cool, and she did a great job. And I feel like he handled it a lot better. I mean, it was a good improvement, I think. So so that was pretty darn cool watching that video. So I kind of asked her to work a little harder on that one. And then I talked to he has some funny little habits, like coping mechanisms is what I'll call them. And so I gave her a couple suggestions for that, so you guys can check that out. Teddy was really cool to watch. So watch this, guys. Okay. Great job with your form and all that. That was excellent. Oh, and I also like one suggestion I have. So, oh yeah, right there. If you guys didn't see that, if you have this type of halter, please snap well, anyways, I'll just play it and you guys can see it. She took the snap that she unsnapped to make the halter looser, and she snapped it onto one of the rings on the side of the house or side of the face. So please do that, because if they shake, which you guys know is a release, I don't want that snap coming around and knocking them in the eyeball. Okay. But so here's an example of he obviously does not want this done. Okay. And so I did have a suggestion, so that she snapped that thing on there, of try slapping, and this sounds horrible. Sounds horrible when I say it. Try slapping his face first. Try slapping. This is a thoroughbred, and I don't know why, but thoroughbreds like to be slapped. Okay. I don't know why. They just like it. So slap a thoroughbred and rub a quarter horse. I don't know, whatever. I'll make a t-shirt that says that. But thoroughbreds, you hear from them a lot that they don't like to be brushed, right? Oh, everybody has a thoroughbred that doesn't like to be brushed. Slap them, they love it. Okay. It's something, and I don't know what, but I have found that 80% of thoroughbreds like a nice slapping, a percussion. Okay, percussion, slapping, it like kind of deadens the nerve endings for them, and then they go, oh, okay, that's fine, go ahead. And then after that, generally you can rub them wherever you wanted. Now, at one point in time, Jennifer did a cool like tapping thing. That's another thing you can do. Okay, and you can see he got over it, right? He got over it. But try slapping first, because for some reason it helps them out. And that's not just thoroughbreds, but I'm telling you, most thoroughbreds like it. So if your horse doesn't like something, try slapping them first and then move. Look at it. He goes, oh, that's pretty good, Mom. Good job. Okay, so that was Teddy. That was a fun one to watch. You can watch that one. Here's Strawberry again. He had a bunch of cool stuff going on. Oh, this horse was Cisco. One, first of all, look at his legs, you guys. Look how cool he is. He's a appy. She said an appy, a buckskin appy. I didn't know he was until he stepped forward, and I was like, whoa, that was a cool one.
He's a PMU baby from Canada.
Oh, he's Canadian. All right. So here's Bella. Bella was much more receptive to the work this week. She was like happy as can be on this work, which was beautiful to see. I love that. What else did I have about her? Oh, her defenses came down. That's what I said. Her defenses came down after 1 week. And, you know, maybe it's because the sun was out, it's been cold, she's happy, who knows? But all I know is it was awesome. A Mystic Knight's an interesting one because she's young and she's extroverted. So Leanne and I are kind of paying attention to her, and we're gonna pay attention to her. This one I want to talk about. I'm doing good on time. I got 3 more minutes. Okay, this little sweet horse. You all saw the video of this one. This is Joy. Okay. Joy was one of the horses we were talking about that kept coming around to her side and like biting at it when Jocelyn was riding her, and the parents videotaped it for me and sent it to me. And you know, we tried some different stuff, found out chiropractic, hopefully fixed the entire thing. It was C like 5, 6, 7, so kind of under that scapula. That's why she was coming around. Really cool situation. And saw a vet, and you know, just like check the boxes, like check. Okay, cool. This helped, that helped, this helped. It was really a fun situation. So Jocelyn has been doing massage on Joy, and I just want to show you guys something because this makes me happy. Check this out. Okay. This is Joy about, well, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. This was the first video that she sent me for Journey Through the Horse. Look at Joy's little face now. Look at that. This is a tough little stoic mare, right? She's that cow working sort of horse, little mare, little bay mare. Okay. She's serious. She's tough. She wants a job. She wants to do excellent at it. She's not playing around. Get out of her way. You know, that sort of horse. We've all been around that sort of horse. Look at the difference in her face. I mean, her hair even looks better. You know what I mean? This was some serious hair, and this is just like happy-go-lucky hair. Look at the eye. Now, I will talk about how I want their eye to be bright. Okay? I want their eye to be bright. And her eye is very bright here, but it's not like oozing relaxation, is it? It's kind of like, yeah, right? Look at the skin on her nose. Look at the skin on her forehead. Okay, look at her ears. And I mean, I know I got these photoshops from one of the videos, but there's a big difference. Look at this photo. Okay, and I didn't like look around to find the craziest photo over here and find the nicest photo of her. I just clicked on the video and went bam. So this makes me very happy. And this is week 2. Okay. So I was really excited to see that improvement. So if you see your horse and you feel like their face looks tight, you're right. It probably is. Take a photo of it. Do some face work. Take a photo after. This was 2 weeks after. Okay. But pretty freaking cool. Pretty cool. Okay. I found Uno and Dollar really interesting. Well, I'll save it. But Uno and Dollar, she was one of the first for that video that had put it up this week. Okay. Oh, there's our little hyoid guy. He's doing much better. I have a couple ideas on how to fix that. There's Thunder. You know, the most I've ever been bucked off, like the wildest I've ever been bucked off was by a horse named Thunder. And then after that, I just called him Thunderbucker. It's crazy. That's when I understood the true power of a horse is he tossed my 185-pound body like a rag doll. And I was like, wow, that was crazy. Let's see. Here's Molly Gross. So you guys can watch those if you want. He's very busy. Oh, here we go. This is Dollar. Oh, Shelly. I don't know who I was saying this was. Shelly. Very stoic, very, I do not want to release. I will not show pain. Look at his little stoic face here. Okay. And then also there's Dollar again. But boy, oh boy, did she get him. He couldn't even control himself. It was hilarious. She got huge releases out of him. And then here's Uno. Uno's super cute too. So same thing, real stoic. So it's like they can't help it. Okay. So feel free to check those out. Melinda's done a great job on her horse, Mira also. Okay. So a lot of good stuff this week. Great job, everyone. Yeah, it doesn't look like the same horse. And yeah, Robin, I agree. It was wild. And I kept saying it in the second video. I was like, man, look at her face. Look at her face. And then I was like, I should probably do like a before and after if I keep saying that. And I don't know if people are actually going to go back and look at it. So I was like, I'll do it. But it's a big difference. And just imagine how much better that horse must feel. It's a beautiful thing. And I mean, it reminds me of Bella, like how much Bella was just like, yeah, rub my face, rub it right there. Yeah. And she was like enjoying the sun. It was just so beautiful. So yeah, that was fun. Okay. We did pretty good. I only went 3 minutes over. That's not bad at all. Does anyone have any quick questions? Quick questions. Okay, so you have your homework. Yeah, Stephanie, the real Stephanie.
The real Stephanie, yes. So Magnum, when I do that jaw release and I pinch, I'm rubbing on the jaw and maybe I need to hold it for 40 seconds, but I feel like I am, and he's just not doing anything. And I feel like there's a lot of tension there because he's the one that doesn't want to give up the bit or to bite an apple. So just maybe wait him out longer.
You can wait him out. And you don't necessarily have to pinch, you just hold.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
here's going to be some tips for everybody, because this week I know is going to be a little bit harder because it's just kind of a harder move, which is okay. Don't worry about it. Susan, it started a week ago, so jump on in, join us, because it's going to go for a while. It's going to go. We're still in the face. Okay, we're still in the face. We got the whole horse to do. So here's some advanced stuff just for you guys because you're special. Okay, so the basic move is this. And I need you to lock this thumb underneath here so that it doesn't pull your finger back into their mouth. Okay, that's the basic move. So kind of just like where the bit would sit. Wait them out. Okay, if that doesn't work, you can try a little rubbing. I normally don't have to. Sometimes you do if they're locked up. Okay, and then you're gonna go, how is he on the top?
He's a little bit better on the top, but definitely like I've rubbed it and I do the locking. I can get a release on all the other horses, but just not him. But he
Okay.
don't want to give up the bit. And we saw that pull pressure and the ears, and I think he's tight. He doesn't want to release it.
He's certainly tight, so we need to figure it out for him. So that was suggestion 1. Then you can do rubbing, and then for the top, you go right into the center. Okay. And then over the nose. Okay. Now let's try this, Stephanie. This is advanced stuff, and I'm gonna do it on myself. It's gonna be disgusting. Okay. Fingers. Take your lips. Massage the lips. Run around. I like that. Get a hold of him. He won't be able to resist almost. Just rub it around. And you know what? All that's going to be tight because they have a lot of muscles around their mouth. I just want you to massage those little muscles. And then talk to him. Be like, hey man, let go of this. Tell him he's good looking, best looking horse in the farm, right? And he is. He good looking. Okay. Rub around them little lips.
Okay.
Okay. So try that. there's another method you can try. It's you take, and you can do it a couple different ways, but you can take your finger like this and you go like this and you get their fat little lips to go over the top of it, right up in there.
He does
Okay.
like that when he's standing for the farrier. If he starts to get nervous, I just start rubbing the, in front of his teeth,
Yep.
and he does like that. But I've never seen him
Yeah.
relax when I've done that.
We'll get him. He doesn't stand a chance. You tell him I said that too. Okay. So try those things, videotape it for me. I want to hear how it goes. Okay. Yeah, Cindy, what you got? Who froze? Did I freeze? Okay, all right, we're back. Go ahead, Cindy.
I think, I don't know if you, but if you got me, you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. That when you did that, it reminded me of a video I saw on Facebook, that's telling people to put their hands like that in the
Yeah.
horse. Have you seen that?
Yeah, you can do that. It's the same thing. Okay. So I guess it would be like that actually. What I like to do is get this knuckle in the very center, and you can press on the outside. You don't have to go in their mouth because it's a acupressure point right there in the center. So I like to get this knuckle and then I lock my fingers around their teeth. And then I
Yeah.
hold it and they kind of work it out. It's real fun. But I also play around with stuff, because you got to think outside the box sometimes. So yeah, same thing. And it does work. Actually, recently I saw that video and I commented on it. And I think him and I started talking or something. It was really funny.
Cool.
It's cool. Yeah, Nancy, what you got?
Did you actually say to put your hand in the front of their mouth? Like this?
Mm-mm.
What did,
Side.
well, yeah, when you went in the front, it made me really nervous.
No, don't do
Oh,
that. So if
well,
you're gonna go
thank
in
you.
the front, you're gonna go like this.
No, I thought you went like that, and I'm like,
No,
no,
that's different.
okay.
Never
yeah,
go in the front. You're gonna get your finger bit off.
exactly. That's what I
Yeah. So
thought.
you go to the side
Yeah,
and then loop your hands over their nose if you can
Yeah.
get your hands over their nose. And I have
Well-
big hands.
yeah, I know how to do that.
Yep.
Okay, thanks
Okay.
for the clarification.
Yeah. Thank you. Who knows what I'm teaching you guys? Y'all come back with broken fingers next week.
Plastic surgery.
All right. Okay, well, that's all I got. Great job this week. I'm loving it. I will be marking down stuff and remembering a little bit better so I don't have to go back. And shoot me any questions you have. Okay? Great job, guys. Nice seeing y'all. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Yes, you'll have access forever, Carrie. Yep. You have access for as long as I'm around. Okay? Yep. Thank you. Bye.